Okay, so guys, today's video is gonna be a little bit of a different one. Before I get into it, I just want to let you guys know that I have been playing a lot of comp. Did I say comp? Competitive. I think I said this in one of my other videos, but I've been playing a ton of competitive recently. It's my main game mode now. Um, and I originally started playing competitive only on ult accounts because I couldn't climb my main. I may have talked about this on my channel, I may have not, I don't know. My main account has been stuck in low plat / gold since like season 11, I want to say. I could not climb it. The highest I ever climbed it was when I was playing a lot of Diva one season and I got to like 26 something. But it fell back down. I could not climb this account. It was just stuck in this low area of plat / gold for the longest of time. This season I actually dropped so far. I dropped all the way to 2400 trying to climb it originally. Gave up once it got stuck at 2400 and just started making ult accounts and started playing on ult accounts for most of this season. And a couple days ago I actually just got onto this account. I started playing and I had a win streak. It was crazy. I just kept winning every game, and so I was able to climb this account. So now, as of today, I climbed this account 300 SR, um, because I did get it back to 25 from the 24 that I told you guys. It fell down to 24. Got it back to 25, and then I climbed 300 more SR in 2 days. So now currently we're at 2813 right now on this account. I'm super happy. The season's actually about to end. Can I English? But I have been working really hard, streaming every day. If you guys didn't know, I'll leave a link below so that you can check out my Twitch. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't really know about my Twitch. That's kind of why I haven't been putting out as many videos, because I have been streaming every day between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Twitch account. So I just want to let you guys know about that. I am streaming there if you guys want to watch my competitive games. But yeah, that aside, I'm sure you guys know about the new replay system. I meant to do a video about the whole replay system coming into the game long ago, but I went away on a trip for a bit. I was gone for a couple days and then I came back and then I got back in the mode of streaming. So then of course I wasn't really working on videos as much. So that's where we are now. I figured I would try to I have so many videos backed up that I need to finish editing for you guys, and I'm so sorry about that. But I really wanted to do a video like this because it's quite different from what I usually post on my channel. Now this was a game on Havana, which is the newest map that was added into the game. This was a game from today, and this was indeed a competitive game. I just wanted to review my own gameplay and talk about it with you guys because this is usually what I do to try to improve and understand mistakes that I make within the game and getting better at the game, and I think really that's how I'm going to be able to climb even more and hopefully make it to Diamond. So I figured why not make a video about it rather than just doing it in my own time, review my own gameplay, talk about some of the things that I did right and wrong in this game, and just let you guys see. Like I said, this is a competitive game. We're watching within the replay system. I'm gonna keep it in third person just because I think it's quite cool. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. I do also want to mention that this McCree was really good. It was on our team. I actually ended up becoming friends with the McCree and the Lucio from this game. They were quite good. So I became friends with these guys, but I thought this would be an interesting game to review for you guys. I do remember some of the stuff that happened in this game, and I really want to talk about it and explain some of it, stuff that you should and shouldn't do with Mercy, and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to be, talking about things that I'm doing. So, right off the bat, I want to say before I really get into it, uh, as far as our team comp goes, um, definitely McCree is best for damage boosting. He has like the highest damage output. Reaper is sort of a flanker. He's usually going to be off on his own, so he's usually not very good. What happened to Mercy here? Oh my god. Uh, he's not very good for boosting, so I definitely am going to be trying to boost McCree as much as I can. But I just want to let you guys know right off the bat that that's the sort of targets that you want to go for, is high damage targets. Flankers, things like that. Flanker DPS aren't as good with Mercy, so just keep that in mind if you are trying to learn Mercy. Right off the bat, also, I do want to say we did not start off with a shield. This was something that we actually mentioned in voice chat. We were like, we don't have a shield, what are we doing here? So it was a little bit weird. Our team, some of our team pushed up really far, and then some of our team was a little bit held back. Now here, I'm going to pause real quick. I don't know if you saw that was a Roadhog, an enemy Roadhog right there. Back here, what my team seems to be focusing right now. My positioning here was really bad. I was right next to that Roadhog and I could have got hooked and immediately killed. Now it doesn't really matter that my entire team's right here. Why it matters is because I could have died. Just because I wasn't thinking about my positioning. So right off the bat, that's something wrong that I did here.
Let's keep it moving.
But luckily I didn't suffer for it because my team was there and they were all taking Roadhog. But again, some of these mistakes can get you killed in games, even if your team is there, so try to be careful sometimes with positioning. Sometimes my positioning with Mercy isn't the best, and that's why I'm here to review some of it with you and talk about some of my mistakes. I'm sitting on payload here, pretty much because I was the only one pushing point, and I did alert my team of this in the first match, so don't worry. Here, I was in a very bad position. And why? I pushed up because McCree originally said in voice chat, "Can you res me, Mercy?" And I was going to try to go for the res, and immediately after I flew into that, he was like, "Oh, never mind, don't res me." So then I flew myself into a very bad situation for absolutely no reason. It's not something I normally would have done, but again, McCree asked for a res, so I was going to try at least. I should have just known not to try and go for that, and that it was a bad idea.
I'm taking care. Heroes never die.
I Valked here to try to clean up some of the enemies and hopefully let us get this first point here. I actually had to tell my team to come out of the room. If you saw that, everyone was positioned in the room, and I wanted to Valk because I wanted us to be able to clean everyone up. I know I'm a triad and things like that, so I was like ready to Valk like that. Luckily my team listened quite well and everyone came out of the room. This soldier stayed behind. I don't really know why. He didn't end up getting on point, so that was really good for us. He could have easily like Helix Rocket, used his Helix Rocket to get down more quickly to the point, but he didn't. So we got a little lucky there.
Your support is about.
Okay, coming up here, again, McCree asked for a res. Let me let it play just a... Okay, there. You see there's a hog here. I knew that hog was there. I did not want to go for the res. Again, this was the second time. I knew it wasn't safe because I did see the hog ahead of time. And our Orisa's shield and Orisa in general was positioned over here. And Lucio was the only one, and Lucio definitely could not defend me against a hog. So I pretty much knew that I wasn't going to get this res. But again, I stupidly went in and tried because he asked. So this was really bad, and I ended up dying here. Because, again, hog had hooked and proceeded to solo me. That was quite unfortunate, but it's like that sometimes, so, you know, I guess if you don't take risks, sometimes you won't know. Because there's been plenty of times that I go for slightly risky reses, and sometimes I get it off. But to be honest, I was quite sure I wouldn't be able to get
Ich
that one.
bin da.
But I do need to be more risky with my reses. I think that's the only way I will increase my my overall reses per 10 minutes.
Team up for special attack.
Step right up.
I was kind of like walking weirdly here because I didn't know where Soldier was.
This is not the
I found out he was actually way in front of us, but from the sound cue, it kind of sounded like he might have been up top or next to where I was, so I kind of started walking weirdly, trying to position myself around the payload. But it was actually safe at the end of the day. I just didn't know it. I got super
heroes
lucky.
never die.
Didn't quite fly outside of the shield there, because that could have been really bad. I couldn't see McCree right there, so he did end up dying, but luckily I had res for that.
I'm taking care. Damage increase.
I may have very possibly have been pinned there if our hog didn't ult that Rhyme.
Mercy in the
I
light.
remember thinking that in game and I was like, oh my god, that was so close.
Let's get to the altar.
It's time.
Okay, yeah, that, I remember I actually gasped really loudly when this happened because I saw where he was, or I knew where he was, but he was positioned a little bit further back. And as you guys know, McCree can slightly walk very slowly during his ultimate. So he kind of inched his way forward, and then I was just within his view, and I kind of died there. That was bad on my part. I just didn't think that he could walk fast enough to see me there. I don't know. I honestly don't know what my thought process 100% was, but I
up for
miscalculated
special
it.
attack.
So again, another mistake I made. As you guys can see though, our McCree was still getting picks even after I died. Like I said, our McCree was really good this game.
You needed a doctor?
Here, I go for the res because despite seeing Tracer go behind us, she was so focused on Lucio because he was low health that she did not even notice me resing. As you guys can see,
Let's get you
she
back
didn't
in
even
the fight.
turn around to try to get me. And I was trying really hard to save Orisa there, so again, I went for the res pretty much because I was working really hard to keep her alive. And not only that, but I figured I could get it. I saw Tracer did not even look at me, so I knew I could get a res there. And there was a shield, so no one else could really come after me.
Bad guys.
Also, their McCree switched off, so it's not like you could roll forward and try to flashbang me or anything like that. So I was quite safe.
That'll be it.
Let me get you patched up.
And here's where Tracer started to come after me, but again, you guys know I know how to do this. Tracers don't always become an issue for me because I do know how to do it.
Heroes never die.
I debated on resing Orisa or McCree there. I'm not gonna lie, because our McCree was doing a lot of work. Normally in these situations, I always go for the tank. Not really mattering what the situation is, but our McCree really was doing a lot of work. But even at that, I didn't end up making the res for McCree, so I do believe I go for Orisa here. Yeah.
This is not your time.
Team up for special attack.
I proceeded to sort of just super jump because I didn't feel like it was 100% safe to just be on the ground. And we easily get to that point afterwards.
Score 3-0. Switching sides.
Maybe it just sits there for a second. I don't know. This time around, we had a junk. So, ew. I swear the physics and stuff on and the replay is kind of weird. But we had a junk here, so we had 2 high damage DPS. That means there's two people that I can definitely boost a lot, which is very, very good for Mercy. So here I would primarily try to focus damage boosting these 2 targets. Of course I love damage boosting Orisa though, because Orisa has a very high damage output. She's almost like a Bastion but in tank form with a little bit lower damage and a shield. So I do enjoy boosting Orisa quite a bit. Actually though, I do remember this round, my teammates actually telling me, I believe it was Moira who was in a group with the McCree, telling me to mostly boost the McCree and that she would try to cover most of the healing. I don't always listen to these commands. I kind of do things my own way. I did boost McCree as much as I possibly could, but I was really trying to make sure that I was healing very often, because I'm not really going to spoil it. I'll wait till I get to that point in the game. I'll explain it a little bit more to you guys.
I need to recharge. Allow me to repair the damage.
Damage boost engaged.
Thank you kindly.
You needed a doctor?
Engaging.
As you guys can see, that I'm still healing very often. I just don't like somebody telling me not to heal. I definitely love damage boosting, but every single time somebody's told me, oh, I got the healing, you just damage boost, it usually doesn't go well. So I'm just the type of person to really just trust myself with these things. Here, we go up top because McCree says that he has ult and wants me to boost him. So he tells me to follow him up here. Again, this is not something I would normally do. This is not something you guys would see in just any game. In a normal case scenario, if I saw a McCree up top, I know he's about to ult, I'd use Guardian Angel and fly up to him rather than actually follow him in and wait for him to ult. I feel like it's just never a good idea to separate from your team as Mercy. But again, the Moira said that he would make sure that he covered the healing for the rest of the team, and that it would be fine that I followed McCree up here. I should have known that it could have gone badly, but yeah, let's just continue watching. So Diva comes up here and rushes us because she saw McCree through the window. For probably a split second, she knew McCree was up here. Most likely didn't know I was back here, and that's probably why she rushed him. So she immediately gotten out of mech and yeah, destroyed by McCree. Now they had a widow, quite obviously. I was a little bit surprised because I don't think they started with a widow. But yeah, so if I stand here, you guys are gonna see I kind of just, yeah, I kind of just stood there for a second like, oh, okay. I didn't know they had a widow and didn't expect him to get headshot like that. Again, this could be really bad. If he was ulting there and he got a headshot, That would have been really bad for us. Luckily, he wasn't.
You should be at peak performance level.
After that, he retreated and he said, let's go back to
Team up
the
for
Around this time is when my team was like, what are you guys still doing over there? We need healing over here. Where's our healing? And I felt bad in a way, but I listened to the commands of my team. They told me to follow McCree. I stayed with McCree the whole time, waiting for him to ult, and he didn't ult. Again, which is why I was still over there. I normally would not have been still over there, and I definitely wouldn't have wanted to leave my team. But, yeah, that's what happened here.
Heroes never die.
I defeated Valk because everyone took so much damage, and I did see that Moira died there, or was going to die, which I knew. So I wanted to try to make up for our loss there. We definitely seemed to stabilize a lot more after I Valk, and everything seems to be fine. Mei messed up her ult here, I believe. I don't quite know what she was doing here. She sent it right in the center where the payload is, and luckily for us, nobody was there. My teammates are right outside of it on the other side, and then me and Junkrat here are perfectly safe over here, so nothing happens to us. I wait for the Mei ult to sort of dissipate before I fly back over to my team. Just didn't want to get caught in that. Yeah, I called out that Reaper had ult there. Uh, we still lost McCree, unfortunately. I do try to go for a res here, and Moira dies right next to him. So I end up instantly resing Moira instead. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because a lot of the times I will try to res my supports if they die. But main reason I would have res McCree there is because he was doing a lot of work, getting a lot of kills, doing a lot of damage. I definitely would have wanted to keep McCree alive there rather than Moira. But it was fine. We start to sort of die here, but Junk gets a pretty good tire, so we stabilize a little bit more.
I'm with you. Let me get you patched up. Damage boost engaged.
This will heal me. 30 seconds.
This was kind of my bad. McCree was sort of off on his own for a little like mini flank over there, and I go after McCree and sort of leave the team without healing, and Junk ends up dying there to Mei. It was kind of my fault, but I guess Moira could have been healing Junk there since I was with McCree. But yeah, anyways, here as you guys can see, I'm 39 HP. When I go into I believe when I go in to try and heal, well, I did go in and heal McCree, the Reaper started chasing me, and I ended up dying to him here, because he follows me all the way through with his Wraith Force. Pretty unlucky, and because I die, I believe we actually end up losing this point. It goes a little bit downhill from there, as do a lot of games when the Mercy dies. Okay, here is something that I want to talk about. Okay, so me and Junk were, well, me, Junk, and then I believe that's Hog down there. I believe Hog dies, quite quickly. Is that Hog? What was that? I don't know what I seen. Okay, maybe that wasn't Hog. I don't know what I just saw down there, but it looked like it was Hog. Anyways, okay, Hog's over there. Anyways, I knew for a fact it was only me and Junk here. I knew for a fact that one of us, or both of us, would have to touch. My entire team was telling Junk to get on point here. Junk was in voice chat, he just wasn't talking. And so our entire team was like, okay, you guys gotta get on, you guys gotta get on. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on. And I saw Junk was there. I had Valk. I told my team I had Valk. So I knew at least if somebody got on point with me, I would Valk. And we'd have enough time because you can see, I believe that is Moira right there that's fading. our team would have been able to come quite quickly. Moira's there, and then McCree's there. And McCree probably has his role to roll a little bit closer. With Valk, even if Junk died, I would still sort of be like flying around the payload at a high speed. Definitely probably wouldn't have died if I Valked here. Um, at least to contest point until my team could make it there. And even if I did die, as long as I made some time for them to get back. So I sort of YOLO'd it, as I told my team.
Where is it
Junk wouldn't go. Again, Junk would not go. He sat in this corner quite terrified. I was like, Junk, we gotta go in. Junk wouldn't listen to anyone. Everyone's telling Junk to go in. He doesn't listen, so I was like, alright. And I YOLO it. I jump onto the point by myself, straight into a Hanzo and Reaper, and a Widowmaker in the back lines. Yeah, probably not the best decision of my life, but I felt like maybe I could contest enough time for my team to get there. Even if I died, they would have Moira. Really, I was kind of upset with our Junk for not going with me. I proceed to die instantly to Reaper. Well, actually, Reaper and Hanzo, I should have known. So that happens. Moira goes in, dies instantly. Again, Junk did not even try to go in, as you guys can see. Our team definitely yelled at the Junk there. He definitely heard it. And my team was like, wow, I can't believe you really went in by yourself. They weren't like trashing me. They were actually like, wow, that was like pretty brave of you just to go in by yourself. I just did what I thought might have been best in the situation.
Let's get you back out there.
Because I really wanted Junk to go in, but he wouldn't. So I did what I could, really.
Step right up.
Okay, here we're sandwiched in between a Widow here, and I believe that was a Hammond over here that was shooting us. I felt like I couldn't really move too much. I knew if I tried to fly to the rest of my team down there, the Widow would have been shooting me. I was 64 HP. She had already gotten a body shot on me. I had to sort of try to stick close to walls here. McCree ends up dying, despite me trying to heal him. I was trying to figure out if I could go after the Widow here, which is literally what I do. I figured unless I kill the Widow, she's not going to die. McCree was the only other person who mentioned the Widow besides me, and the rest of our team was pushed up quite far and had no idea that there was even a Widow behind us because she couldn't quite shoot them there. Unless I killed Widow here, we would have constantly, like, you see how Junk and McCree both died here. We would have constantly been dying as we come back out of Swan, besides our teammates that are pushed up there. So I took it upon myself to go after the Widow. She already got a body shot on me, so we're about even at this point. Ew, look at Mercy's body. Oh my god. But yeah, anyways, we're about even here. She has slightly more HP than I do, because I was body shot. But I proceed to still try to kill her. Also, I could have died there because I did see the Venom Mine and the Hammond, but, you know, I did what I could. And, of course, I died to the Hammond. I was super low HP, and then I was in a Venom Mine. I was pretty much guaranteed to die there, but I did pick off the Widow, which is still a good thing, because then that means anyone else that's coming back, which I believe would be our McCree who switched to Ash, yeah. Our McCree who switched to Ash, and then Junk, and then obviously I'd have to be coming back. The Widow would have constantly been trying to almost like spawn trap us, but keep us back here from getting to our team. So me picking off the Widow there was instantly an advantage for our team, even though it might seem like I don't know if that was a good idea because I did die. At the end of the day, it's totally worth it, because if I didn't kill Widow there, that would mean that our Ash would have to get back and try to kill the Widow. But luckily I'd already killed her, so yeah, when we push back, as you can see, our team's pulling back a little bit because they were pushed up quite far. They're pulling back here. We would have been picked off by the Widow if I had seen
And the
her.
high
So
shot stings.
again, it was a good thing that I did go after her. It was quite risky on my part, though.
60 seconds remaining.
Surrender to my will.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what happened to my sound cue here. I'm still confused about this. But I heard McCree die before he set off Deadeye. I heard his death noise. We no longer had a McCree, so I know it wasn't ours. I heard McCree die. So I was thinking, oh, I should be safe. I didn't quite see where he was, so that is to be noted. I didn't know where he was. Which is why I was flying towards this room, because I figured no matter where he was, I would be safe here. Again, but I heard him die, so I was like, oh, okay. And then instantly end up dying. I was genuinely confused there. I don't know what happened to my sound or what that was, but I'm still confused about that to this day.
A speedy recovery.
I get the idea.
It was a really
30
unfortunate
seconds
situation
remaining.
though. A lot of the times when I end up dying during these team fights, we end up losing. So some of my deaths are quite bad.
Where does it hurt? Damage increased.
I'm pretty much staying in this room because I don't know where Widow is. I still, as I'm watching this, am not quite sure where exactly she's positioned. But I figured I would be safe just sort of staying in here and just trying to heal and damage boost. Our Ashe ends up dying to the Hanzo, getting headshots, so
Heroes never
I
die.
Valked as our team pretty much got grouped together there. I could see our Ashe ended up taking a lot of damage anyways. We had Supercharger, and I think I talked about this on stream, but I love stacking Valk's damage boost with Supercharger.
Damage boost engaged.
Again, I'm still trying to float around this area because I don't know where the Widow is.
Let me get you patched up.
I finally fly out because I am pretty sure it's safe. I hadn't heard any Widow shots in a long time, and I think, let's see, yeah, the only person that I knew I could see was Hanzo, which was back there behind that little crate. And I was almost 100% positive he couldn't get a headshot on me during Valk, so I wasn't really worried about it.
Well done.
Okay, and then there's where Widow is. Like at the last second of the game. I'm assuming maybe she died. I wasn't 100% paying attention to if she died or where she went, but yeah, there she is here.
You should be at
She ends up picking off her Ashe last second, but it didn't matter because we ended up winning the game. So yeah, that's literally my review for this Havana game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like these type of videos, I may start doing them very often. I do like reviewing my own gameplay again. I watch a lot of my gameplay, and although I don't make videos about it or talk about it with you guys per se, I'm always reviewing my own gameplay and sort of trying to understand things that I did wrong and things that may have been a good idea to do. Or, you know, like going after the Widow there could have been debatable. I'm sure some people might be like, oh, it wasn't a good idea. Some people may say it's a good idea. You can weigh the good and the bad. I personally believe it benefited us there going after the Widow. But there's different things that happen throughout the game, and if you review these things and understand your mistakes and understand the things that you're doing right and the things that you're doing wrong, I think that's a great way for self-improvement. Like I said, I really am loving this new replay system. it makes it so much easier to review and watch my own gameplay rather than always having to hit the record button. It's so much work to keep having to record videos. Sometimes I forget, and then I have really good games, and I'm like, no, I didn't record it. Now, luckily, there's a replay system, and it automatically saves these games, and I can review and record them and post them on YouTube for you guys. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Like I said, I might do more videos like this reviewing some of my own gameplay. I don't really know if I'll review other people's gameplay because I don't feel like I'm good enough for that. But yeah, you guys can tell me your opinions if you have things that you feel like I could have done better on, or things I could have done differently, or things that maybe you even like that I did, and maybe things that you want to try doing as well. Let me know down in the comments. With that being said though, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.